Today I thought I go over how to change configuration file of jwmrc-theme file. So jwmrc-theme file is actually in from the root directory here on a hidden folder .jwm. Within it there's this file. This theme file is mainly responsible for controlling the appearance of a application, let's see, such as Popup, for example, and appearance of this Windows, and also controls the appearance of a tray bar here, and along with the menu system here. And I'll cover that briefly here. And I've loaded up jwmrc theme file here, so you can see it has several groups of Windows style. Windows style here refers to the appearance of this window here. And for example, height is 10 pixels here. The height of this window is 10 pixels. Width, I believe, is the width of the border, and the corner, I think, has to do with a with this tapering and cornering. Although I've changed the numbers and I couldn't see any changes that I could detect, but I believe it has to do with the appearance of these corners. What's mainly of importance and interest is, besides the height of this height here, 10 pixels, is the font. So font, it has to be fairly specific in that the name and the format of italic and so on has to be fairly specific. And way you can find out the font that you have installed on your system is the command with fc this list, and you have a lot of fonts, and you may have a whole bunch. So to make it more manageable, what you can do is use the grep function, and then, for example, I will mainly show with a Ubuntu font. So let me just get it over on the side, and that's on this side, and you can see first you have to put a Ubuntu, and then dash, and then size of the font you want to use, and with a colon next, and then without any space the italic, for example, or bold, or let's see, I think the we can just make this a little larger and see. So there's italic and bold, light. So these styles, you can use some of these options, regular, medium, and so on. So that's what you need to put in here, and to specify exactly the font that you want to use. And then foreground has to do with let's cover the active first. It's easier to understand the active, so we'll just close this font. And then this active has to do with the foreground window, active window. Foreground color is FFFF, which is the pure white, which is color of this. And then background is color of this bar here, and usually it'll be a single color. But if you want a three-dimensional type of picture where it gradually there is a gradient like this here, you can use this particular combination with a separation by a colon here. So let's see what this color is specified. The 000 is pure black. So it starts with the red, and ends up with black. So let me see how red this color is. We'll just go across with a mouse, and then we'll click it with the color picker, and this is the red that you start with. Okay, so that's how it works. Let's just we'll just change it as a just a single red color, and then we'll just go ahead and save it, and we're gonna refresh with a JWM restart, and then we'll go ahead and get out of this, and we're going to click and see how it's changed. You can see that there's no gradient, so it's just turned into a single color. So that's how that works. I think there's a little mistake here. Okay, so and then outline is just simple. Just outline the color is the red color. So that's the active, and when it's not active, for example, right now, that is a color, foreground color is 77, so this is a grayish color, and background color is near black. So let's go ahead and just take another look at, just confirm background color. We'll just go ahead and so you can see this color is the same as this color. Okay, so that's how the active is when it's in focus, and otherwise these are what's the secondary, in other words, another app. We'll just go ahead and G calculator. So when this is active, it takes information here. When right now is background, so it takes the information of the color here. So I think that's I hope that's fairly clear. Okay, that's the window style. Okay, so next, trace style. Trace style again has to do with this. Okay, so sans 12 is not, it doesn't refer to this clock. There is a separate section for the clock style here, so we'll just go ahead and cover the clock first then. So for foreground color is FFFF, the 6 Fs, that's actually pure white. And then font is Ubuntu 12, again italic, so it is italic. The normal here is not active, because I think that refers to when the time is in two different rows, rows. So for example, date and time, date here, and then time here. So since there is single it's just italic, we'll just go ahead and close this, and then we'll go ahead and save it, and we'll start it again. It should remain, the time should remain the same, so it does remain the same. So that's the clock. So you can change to whatever the font that you have installed. Again is the FC list. Will give you all the fonts that's installed in your system. So sans 12 actually here font is not being used at all, because if I had set up this width to be longer, there would be letters that start. For example, this would be Genie, but since I made it very small, that's not being used at all. So likewise, we'll go ahead and look at the active section first. Active section foreground is not being reflected at all, but background has to do with the color of this this active application. So if you click on this side, for example, this is Roxfiler, this is, so this turns red, and we'll go back to Genie here. So this turns red color, and that's controlled by the active background color. So if for some reason, if you want to change this to a white color, I have to know that the white color is FFFF, We'll go ahead and save it, and we'll go ahead and restart JWM restart again, and you see it turns the color. So now we're going to turn it back into red color, and then we're going to go ahead and JWM restart. We turned it back. So otherwise the background here, non-active, refers the color of this here. For example, right now the rocks is active. The genie's background here is gray, which is reflected on the tray style background, non-active here. So we'll go ahead and take a look at it here. Again, this is the same exact same color. So that you can go ahead and style. Pager has to do with Windows workspaces here. Okay, so I have 6 workspaces. Outline is 0000, which is black, so a black outline here. And then we'll go to the active again. So foreground color is whatever program that's active. For example, right now this genie is active, so that's gonna it's red color. So this foreground active is red color. This color is right here, is the red. Now one that's not active is ABAB in this case, and we'll just take a quick look at that ABAB color. We'll just go ahead and use the mouse, and then you can see this color is exactly same as this color. Okay, so that's how it works if you want to change to another color, for example. So the other colors has to do with the non-active. Foreground, background has to do with the color of these. That's not so for example, we'll go ahead and open up our browser here. So we'll go back to Genie. So there's a browser that's open here, and that's color of that is controlled by Pager ABABAB. So we'll briefly look at the color, and that color is exactly the same as that color. So that's how it works. Okay, so Pager is pop-up style, has to do with a little pop-up that occurs, for example 2 and 1, workspace 1 and 2, and there's 6 that slowly pops up. So that controls appearance of the pop-up style. Menu style has to do with F12 in my case, brings up the menu. Desktop system setup and on, which I don't tend to use because I use a Rofi application launcher, but that is mainly controlled similarly with active. So active again. Active has to do with this active here, the background color and font and so on. So, and it even has opacity built in. So